the posture be an invitation to being with oneself. Nadi Shuddhi, alternate nostril breathing, doing it on one's own. Having done the nostril breathing, bringing the hand back. Keeping the outside world outside. How can I tell when the outside world has creeped within? When I look at the mountains, when I look at the river, trees, flowers, they evoke in me a non-demanding, appreciative, accommodative, and a contented person. In other words, I have no agenda for nature. I am objective. But in place of the river, the mountains, the trees, if I visualize the Father, I see that there is a difference. Father is both objective, outside, and subjective, within. I visualize the Father as a small boy, 4 or 5 years old. Small, innocent, vulnerable. This is what he must have been like in his childhood. I look at the face of this child. With caring, but also with objectivity. It is not hard to see that this spontaneous child, happy child, was the truth of the Father. What is the difference between the Father in the form of the child and the Father in the form of the adult? What happened? Perhaps the wear and tear of growing up, fighting off so many things, responsibilities, and the various hurts which the child had to endure as a way of growing up. Perhaps those hurts were passed on from his parents, his grandparents, and perhaps he had no other understanding than to pass it on further to me. I have a choice. I can carry his legacy without the burdens, without the patterns. As I look upon the Father as a child, I can water the seeds of love within myself. I have a choice which perhaps the Father did not. Now, I visualize the mother as a small child. Vulnerable, defenseless, curious, happy, spontaneous, perhaps same as the adult mother, perhaps different. One can only imagine all the things this child might have endured in the process of growing into a young woman. Herself a mother. Perhaps she was hurt. Perhaps she picked up many things from her parents, who picked up things from their parents, which did not serve her well. Perhaps her options were limited. But I am so much wiser. I have help. I have more options, more awareness. Now, regardless of whether they are in the body or not, I visualize the parents acknowledging this is how they are, this is how they were in my perception. I can grant them the freedom to be whoever they were, whoever they are, and in the process grow out of the need, my need, for them to be a certain way. I can learn to rewire my relationship to them by watering the seeds of love in them. Patience, love, accommodation. I can do the same thing for myself. I see myself as a small child. Small, defenseless, innocent. Perhaps the child is confused. Perhaps there are many things about its background and upbringing this child does not understand. Looking into the eyes of this child, I can tell my younger self, you are okay. Nothing bad will happen to you. You will survive the storms of life. You are strong to overcome any loss in life. You are okay. I can accept this child however it is. Even though I may have difficulty accepting my adult self. I can choose to, in the present time, not reproduce difficult legacies from the past, from my own background. I choose not to water the seeds of division, seeds of anger, seeds of jealousy, seeds of insufferable pride, seeds of vengeance, of resentment, of victimhood. Namaha to all of them. These seeds are there in everybody, including myself. Ishvara Srishti. Ishvara in the form of the psychological order. Anger happens. Jealousy happens. Resentment takes place. One feels like a victim. The psychological order of Bhagavan is vast, intelligent. Along with this vast order, free will that I have is also part of this order. I can choose to water the seeds of patience, compassion, love, objectivity. When the seeds of difficult emotions are not watered, eventually they dry up. They become incapable of reproducing. Dead seeds. Dying seeds. I do not need to rescue them. I do not need to hold on to the family legacy of various complex emotions, patterns of victimhood, patterns of self-sabotage, patterns of sky-high expectations, patterns of blame, including self-blame. These seeds I can ignore. I can refuse to water them. And instead nurture the saplings of Shama, Dhamma, patience, trust, accommodation, Ananda. This too is part of Ishvara's order. And for the patterns that I find difficult to tackle, for the patterns that are possessing me, I can put them on the altar of Bhagavan and pray. Hara Hara, take these patterns away. No matter how hard I try, O Goddess, O Lord, they have a hold on me. Take them away. I can see how light and unburdened I can be without these patterns. I ask for patience to work with them, to know which seeds to water, which saplings to nurture. Be with me on this journey. For I cannot complete it without your help. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.